Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to our weekend webinar. Try to choose a different topic, but a lot of you guys wanted some revision on subwoofers and everything, so we are going to try and do some revision today. And just to introduce everyone who's there with us today, we have Nitesh with us, who's head of tech support. Nitesh, you can say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone. Thanks to everyone for coming in.
And we also have Rajesh Khade, who is the Smart and Dante trainer and also the distributor for Smart. Rajesh, you can say hi.
Hi everyone. Hello. Good morning.
सभी को आज वेलकम. मुझे कुछ कॉल्स आए सुबह कि ये आज का कंटेंट थोड़ा इंग्लिश में भी करना चाहिए. काफी लोग साउथ में उन्होंने बोला कि हिंदी हमारी राष्ट्रभाषा है, बट फिर भी उनको इंग्लिश में ज्यादा कंफर्ट है, तो मैं दोनों लैंग्वेजेस में जितना हो सके एक साथ कंटेंट शेयर करना चाहूंगा. जस्ट टू स्टार्ट ऑफ इमीडिएटली, सबको आज वेलकम. हमारे साथ आज नितेश है, जो आप हमारे साथ सब वेबिनार में स्टार्टिंग से रहे हैं. वो हेड ऑफ टेक सपोर्ट है. और हमारे साथ ही साथ डॉक्टर राजेश खड़े हैं, जो स्मार्ट के सर्टिफाइड और ट्रेनर है, और डांटे के सर्टिफाइड ट्रेनर है, और स्मार्ट के ऑल्सो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है. हम आज थोड़ा स्मार्ट दिखेंगे. जैसे कि लास्ट टाइम हमने एक स्मार्ट का डेमो वर्जन को डाउनलोड करने के लिए कहा था. अगर आपने सबने डाउनलोड किया है, बहुत ही अच्छा होगा. इफ नॉट, जस्ट पे अटेंशन एंड go with us. We'll try and keep it as simple as possible. So moving on, just to get an idea what we're going to be doing over the next few hours, we are going to be doing a basic overview of measurement systems, smart, and some concepts again for 30 minutes. अगले 30 मिनट के लिए हम थोड़े basics measurement के overview और smart के लिए करेंगे. बहुत से लोग यहाँ जो आए हैं, उन्होंने बोला है कि उनको कुछ थोड़ा रिवीजन चाहिए. उन्हें कुछ सबवूफर या अलग अलग टॉपिक्स के ऊपर थोड़ा एक रिविजिट चाहिए. We also going to be doing revision of subwoofer techniques for 30 minutes. Just try and do some simulation. Again, बहुत लोगों ने बोला कि हम अपने कंप्रेसर और लिमिटर को कैसे सेट करें. उसके ऊपर थोड़ा हम लोग थोड़ा और विस्तार में बात करेंगे. We are going to speak a little in detail on compression and limiter settings for 30 minutes. We are going to do infinite impulse response crossovers with slopes, जो हमारे रेगुलर जो भी DSP प्रोसेसर्स है, DVX या BSS या सिलिका, बहुत से अलग अलग DSP प्रोसेसर है. मरानी जो हम आज यूज कर रहे हैं, उसमें इनफाइनाइट इंपल्स रिस्पॉन्स के क्रॉसओवर, अलग अलग स्लोप और क्रॉसओवर्स के सेटिंग के साथ क्या रिस्पॉन्स हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. वी आर गोइंग टू गेट इनटू दैट एंड व्हाई इज इट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम FIR filters. So the main subject for 2 hours, you're going to be looking at FIR filters, the advantages, disadvantages, how to use them, and बहुत से high end system जैसे कि सभी, अगर आप एलोकुस्टिक देखेंगे या DNB या एडमसन या मेयर साउंड या कोई भी देखेंगे, EAW, almost all of them have FIR filtering in their systems. So most of the bigger systems, DNB, Adamson, Acoustics, they all use FIR filtering. Where do we use them? What are the advantages, disadvantages? How do we set it up? We are going to try and demystify them. उसके अंदर क्या secret है? We are going to try and learn about it. Third party software use करके, and there are quite a few manufacturers who have FIR filtering in their system, in their DSP. बहुत से मैन्युफैक्चरर है जिनके पास FIR filtering के options है. Some of them are Dolby Lake. Marani is one of them. Dolby Lake उनमें से एक है, Marani है उसमें से. XTA, BSS, all the good DSP processors would be giving you an option of FIR filtering. So just quickly moving on. I don't know if I've shared my audio, but let me just stop share and share again just to make sure my audio is shared as well. And I just want to show about how a human ear works so that you guys get to know what a complicated, we don't see sound, हम sound को देख नहीं सकते, but you guys should know how complicated our hearing is. So I'm just going to be sharing a quick presentation of how we actually hear. Okay.
Our world is full of infinite sound.
Nitish, is the audio visual is audible of
Yes,
the video?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to start it again.
Our world is full of infinite sounds. But how do we actually perceive them? Sounds are collected by the outer ear, which consists of the auricle and the external auditory canal. The sound is guided through the ear canal to the middle ear. The sound arrives at the eardrum, a flexible circular membrane which starts to vibrate when sound waves strike it. The sound waves are passed on by the movement of the eardrum to the middle ear. In the middle ear are 3 tiny bones, referred to as the hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup. Collectively, they are known as the ossicular chain. These form a bridge from the eardrum to the entrance of the inner ear. Their interaction increases and amplifies the sound vibrations further before these are relayed fully into the inner ear via the oval window. In the inner ear is the cochlea, which is similar in shape to a snail shell. It contains several membranous sections which are filled with watery fluids. When the sound waves vibrate the oval window, the fluid begins to move, thus setting minute hair cells in motion. These hair cells then transform the vibrations into electrical impulses, which are sent via the auditory nerve and onto the brain. What we call noises are actually just sound waves, which are transmitted through the air.
Okay, so just not to scare you all, आपको सब डराने के लिए नहीं, but sound is pretty complex. हमारे कान का response is pretty complicated. Our ear response is pretty complicated, and we are going to try and use our two. Never doubt your ears. अगर आपके कान में कुछ अजीब सुनाई दे रहा है, never doubt it. Always use tools like Smart or Systune or any of the tools that you have to assist you to make a better system. But if you hear something wrong, always rely on the fact that your ears are the better judgment. If you don't have time or something to set up a sound system, use your ears to get the best kind of output that you can. These are just merely tools that will kind of help you to understand. बहुत से सिस्टम जैसे स्मार्ट या कुछ, ये सिर्फ आपके लिए साधन है आपको समझने के लिए कि क्या हो रहा है सिस्टम में. हमेशा अपने कान पे विश्वास कीजिए. इट्स अ वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्ट्रक्चर. Just to add, as you go, जो हमारे कान के अंदर जो साउंड वेव्स आते हैं, जो हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो थोड़े बॉर्डर की तरफ रहते हैं, और जो लो फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो एकदम अंदर कॉक्लिया के अंदर, जो आपने छोटे छोटे हेयर रिसेप्टर्स देखे, द स्मॉल हेयर रिसेप्टर्स यू सी इफ यू गेट इनटू द बायोलॉजी ऑफ द ईयर, जो अंदर के छोटे रिसेप्टर्स है दैट इज मोर टुवर्ड्स लो फ्रीक्वेंसी, एंड जो बाहर की तरफ है इज मोर टुवर्ड्स हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी. With age, as you grow older, you kind of आपका high frequency का hearing ability कम होते जाता है. That's because of those receptors near the border that start losing their response with age. So just to quickly move on, one of the most important things that I would like to stress on is polarity, phase and time. बहुत से लोग confuse हो जाते हैं, polarity क्या है, phase क्या है, time क्या है. And all three are completely different. बहुत से especially home subwoofers के पीछे मैंने देखा है कि phase का पीछे एक switch दिया है जिसपे लिखा है phase. Behind there's a switch that says phase, and people press it, but it's actually the polarity is getting inverse. The positive becomes negative and the negative becomes positive. Now what happens in polarity inversion is all frequencies get inverted by 180 degrees. जब हम polarity inversion करते हैं, सभी frequencies 180 degrees से phase shift experience करते हैं. And if you're talking about phase is phase का है एक time relationship है. A versus B, मतलब कोई भी एक reference signal है या कोई भी signal 1 है, उसके compared to that, what is the phase or position of signal 2 is determined by phase. And again, time is another thing, that you may have two signals that are in phase but not necessarily in time. And we're going to try and just make sure that we know all this, so that for the first 30 minutes, once this is clear, then over the next 30 minutes and for the rest of the session, we know what's going on. So Just to quickly move on, I hope everyone has got all the questions of or the concept of polarity is completely clear. What you're seeing right now, जो आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, is polarity inversion. That's it. There is nothing. Speaker के terminal को आपने reverse किया है या amplifier की तरफ से reverse किया है. ये सिर्फ आपने polarity change किया है. And then we're going to do all this in smart to understand what's exactly happening with phase and polarity. But polarity is by far the easiest. It's just an inversion. आपका पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव को सिर्फ इन्वर्ट करेंगे एंड दैट इज अ पोलैरिटी इन्वर्जन. एंड नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू गेट इनटू फेज. जैसे कि हमने देखा एक साइन वेव है. साइन वेव एक सर्कुलर फंक्शन है व्हिच यू कैन सी एज यू आर रोटेटिंग इट अराउंड द टाइम एक्सिस. इट्स एक्चुअली अ टाइम फंक्शन दैट्स रोटेटिंग अराउंड अ सर्कल एज वी आर मूविंग द सर्कल अहेड. सर्कल को हम आगे करते हैं तो ये सर्कुलर फंक्शन को अगर सीधा 2D में प्लॉट करेंगे तो एक साइन वेव आएगा. That's the reason don't get confused. ये कोई भी mathematical equation से आप please confuse मत होइए. We are not here to prove mathematics, but just to kind of make sure what it looks like. And again, if there's a way that I can show it, अगर आप यहाँ देखेंगे sine wave और circular function को to understand why we use circular function. So यहाँ आप देखेंगे we have both the position of the wave at position 0, जो इसका phase 0 है. I'll quickly annotate that and show you guys. They're both standing at position 0, and if you move forward, it's all in a circular motion. And if you move forward, ये जा रहा है 90 degrees पे, तो आप देख सकते हैं कि circle जो 90 degrees पे आया, this as it's moving up on its peak, it's 90 degrees. So what is phase exactly? This position is 90 degrees with respect to this red जो origin हमने देखा. ये इसका नया position 90 degrees आगे है. And then as you keep going ahead, it's at 180 degrees. It goes at 270 degrees, and it goes at 360 degrees. तो ये जो phase हमने देखा ये 360 degrees एक cycle हो गया इसका पूरा complete. This cycle is now one cycle ahead with respect to the origin. So that's what you're being determined by phase. Your 360 degrees. आप एक पूरा revolution हमने आगे खत्म कर दिया ये sine wave के लिए. So phase is nothing but denoting your position in time with respect to an origin or with respect to another wave or in comparison to anything else. आप कोई भी दूसरे comparison के against phase का एक position आप check कर रहे हैं. So just quickly again, we're going to try and see what's happening on a phase. जब हम smart में देखते हैं एक Mayer sound का बहुत ही अच्छा animation है that Rajesh had shown as well 2 weeks ago, and I really like it. Is why it's very important to understand time and phase, and then we'll work on an Excel sheet to understand what's happening with time and phase. Why are they not always necessarily the same? So just quickly going ahead, आगे हम देखेंगे एक animation जो राजेश ने 2 हफ्ते पहले अपने presentation में किया था. हम उसको वापस देखेंगे कि ये बहुत ही अच्छा एनिमेशन है मेयर साउंड द्वारा उन्होंने बनाया है. एंड जस्ट टू क्विकली शो यू गाइस, दिस इज द फेज व्हील. आप देख रहे हैं एक पोजीशन पूरा खत्म हो रहा है. 0 डिग्रीज 360 डिग्रीज खत्म हुआ है. 720 डिग्रीज का रोटेशन हुआ है. 1080 और 1440 at the origin. Although let me see if I can pause it. At the origin जो हम 0 डिग्रीज पे आप देख रहे हैं वो in phase है. वो हमेशा it's coming passing through the origin and all the waves are at 0, but it's not necessarily, it's not all in time, because one wave is at 360 degrees, and although now that wave has reached this position, it's in phase, but it is 1880 degrees ahead in time. So I hope the concept जो है कि it's clear that being in phase is not necessarily being in time. So now it's completed what, Rajesh, can you help me out with the calculation? It's completed 10 revolutions. Oh, sorry, 6 revolutions.
Yep.
Okay. So जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं ये 6 revolution 6 cycle ahead है in time. So it's not really in time, but both are passing through the origin of 0 degrees, and it's in phase. So phase and time are completely different. So and we go ahead and just see the animation once again. So moving ahead, ये हमारा circular function है. And if you see, it is completing for, okay, so let me quickly pause this out here. जो हमारा 4 किलोहर्ट्ज का जो 4 किलोहर्ट्ज का वेव है, 4 kilohertz का time period, if we just quickly get onto the formula, 1000 divided by 4000 जो है 4 kilohertz, it's 0.25. So it's 0.25 milliseconds is the time period of 4 kilohertz. और 8 kilohertz का आप देखेंगे, sorry, 1000 divided by 8000, उसका है 0.125. तो अगर उसको 0.25 मिलीसेकेंड्स में ये इसको into 2 करेंगे, इसके 2 साइकिल खत्म हो गए. तो 8 किलोहर्ट्ज पे ये इसने 8 किलोहर्ट्ज के फ्रीक्वेंसी ने 2 रेवोल्यूशन ऑलरेडी खत्म किए. तो इफ आई एम अगेन गोइंग बैक टू माय फेज व्हील, okay, let's just resume from here. You're seeing that at 4 kilohertz is completing 1 revolution, but 0.25 milliseconds, 720 degrees, and it, you know, the trend just continues. ये trend आगे बढ़ते जाता है. You know, at 8 kilohertz is giving you 2 cycles. So, and then you can see plotting on the phase graph of जो हमारे smart में phase graph है, you can see that it's this is how we plotted on a linear phase graph. And अगर उसको logarithmic में देखेंगे, so let me just pause it out here. So you can see the phase which is gone from 0 to 2, and you know, it's, let me just highlight it here. From 0, and you can see at 4 kilohertz, ये पूरा phase graph में एक cycle खत्म किया है, और वही 8 kilohertz पे उसने 2 cycle खत्म किया है. So at 8 kilohertz is going through 0.25 milliseconds, is going through 2 cycles at 8 kilohertz, and which is why we see this kind of response on the phase graph. And again, don't get too confused by it. इस पे ज़्यादा confuse होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You don't have to get too confused. We are going to go through it step by step again, so that everyone out here understands what we are really doing. And you know, there's no misunderstanding. We have a good close to 200 participants again, so I want each and everyone to kind of understand. And if you all have any questions, if you all want me to repeat, अगर किसी को मुझे चाहिए कि मैं repeat करूँ, please put it, inform Rajesh and Nitesh. They're both the moderators. Rajesh is a smart certified trainer. Rajesh जो है smart certified trainer है, and he can go through it in detail with you as well. But as long as you are interested, we're just more than happy to just go through things over again. So quickly moving forward, we are just going to go through a phase wheel, but before that, I want to show you a graph. इसके पहले I just want to show you there's one Excel file which is on the website of Merlin Van Veen. Merlin Van Veen के website पे एक Excel file है जो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है, and it's kind of going to help us out here to understand when you're adding 2 signals. So just before that, let me just go through period again. एक आगे बढ़ने से पहले टाइम का मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एक एग्जांपल दिखाना चाहूंगा वापस. So ये हमारा साइन वेव है, और जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं ये 100 हर्ट्ज का साइन वेव है, and you can see the time period of that is 10 milliseconds. So if I make it, as you keep increasing the frequency, जैसे ही frequency हम बढ़ाते जाते हैं, let's say you make it 300, and you can see the time period has become 3.33. So there are a lot more you know, a lot more cycles in the same time period of 10 milliseconds. जो नीचे है, let me highlight the time scale. So this is the time scale, which is 10 milliseconds, and the time period, which is 1000 upon the frequency in milliseconds. You can get to know that there are more cycles at 300 hertz, and you can change this to maybe 1 kilohertz, and you can see that it has 10 cycles now. उसका जो time period है 1 millisecond है. So in 10 milliseconds, it's completing 10 cycles. And then as you keep going, maybe you say 5000, and you can have a lot more cycles in that same time period. So this is something that you would see जो आप हमारे आपके oscilloscope पे आप लगाएंगे, आप एक signal generator लगाएंगे, और जैसे ही frequency बढ़ाते जाएंगे, आपको और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जैसे ही frequency बढ़ाते जाएंगे, उसके time period में ज़्यादा phase देखेंगे. और इसके सामने अगर आपको मैं अगर छोटे डिटेल में एक रेस ट्रैक दिखाऊंगा, जो आप देख सकते हैं here, this is a racetrack, and it's all by rational acoustics. 7 figures, just 7 animation है. जो लो फ्रीक्वेंसी लेके हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी तक जाते हैं, ये पूरा आप ये इन कैरेक्टर्स को देख सकते हैं। ये रेस ट्रैक है जो साइकिल जो खत्म करेंगे, एंड द सेम वे यू हैव इट देम ऑन अ सर्कुलर स्केल. How many cycles and how many this things that they are completing in a given time period. आप देखेंगे ये यहाँ हमने इसको पूरे मार्क किए, इसको फ्रीक्वेंसी और इसके टाइम पीरियड को. एंड if I am supposed to just quickly say that यहाँ हमारा ये 0 milliseconds, if I just say 0.05, आप देख सकते हैं कि एकदम जो छोटा वाला है जो 10 किलोहर्ट्ज का वेव है, यू कैन सी 10 किलोहर्ट्ज आउट हियर, व्हिच इज द टाइम पीरियड जिसका है 0.1 milliseconds. दिस इज ऑलरेडी फिनिश्ड हाफ अ साइकिल. तो आप देख सकते हैं इसका टाइम पीरियड 0.1 milliseconds है. हमने अगर 0.05 milliseconds में 10 किलोहर्ट्ज ने ऑलरेडी इतना वेव खत्म किया है. और जैसे ही हम लोग टाइम पीरियड बढ़ाते जाएंगे, लेट्स से यू मेक इट 0.2, and again in 0.2 ये जो 10 kilohertz का wave है, the 10 kilohertz has come back to the origin because it's already finished 2 cycles, whereas something at 4 kilohertz which is 0.25 would have completed almost 1 cycle that you can see out here. जो यहाँ it's on the racetrack, it's almost finishing its cycle and coming back to the origin. But जो हम low frequency में देखेंगे, which is around 50 hertz, it's barely moved. You can see that यहाँ almost उसका टाइम पीरियड 20 मिलीसेकंड है, एंड इट्स जस्ट मूव 10%. सो इट्स जस्ट, इफ आई जस्ट शो यू द एक्चुअल, नाउ यू कैन सी दैट जो लो फ्रीक्वेंसी इज जस्ट मूव 4 degrees in terms of phase. Something that is 4 kilohertz is moved 288 degrees. Something that's 10 kilohertz is already moved 720 degrees. With 360 degrees is one cycle, 308 degrees one cycle. So it's already moved 2 cycles ahead. So again, if you can see, if I just make this entire cycle, let's say 20 milliseconds. 20 milliseconds के बाद आप देखेंगे जो हमारा 50 hertz का sine wave है, that's just completed one cycle. It's 360 degrees. But the same time, that is 10 kilohertz is completed 20 cycles. Is that correct? Or 200 cycles, I think. Yeah, 200 cycles is what is completed. So 50 हर्ट्ज और 10 किलोहर्ट्ज दोनों फेज में आप देखेंगे, इधर ये जो सर्कुलर स्केल में है, दोनों एक ही पोजीशन पे है, दोनों इन फेज है, बट दोनों का टाइम पीरियड सेम नहीं है. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू शो यू दैट बीइंग इन फेज इज नॉट नेसेसरली मीनिंग you're in time. So they all it all depends on how many cycles have been completed, and that's something you always keep in mind when you're aligning your subwoofers and all, and that we'll get to that shortly. So just wanted to show you guys what it actually looks like. Let me just close this here. So we come back, and let me just clear my screen as well. Okay. And now we're just going to get back to adding to sine waves. जो दो sine waves को हम add करते हैं, हम देख सकते हैं कि okay, so here you can see there's 2 sine waves, A and B. यहाँ दो sine wave है हमारे पास, A और B. A का कलर है ग्रीन, B का कलर है ब्लू. हम A को देख नहीं सकते, we can't see A right now because the blue and green are overlapping each other. So you're just seeing signal B. और हम देख सकते हैं कि दोनों वेव को हम ऐड करते हैं, then we get a 6 dB addition in the final result. You can see the ratio out here. If there is any, let me just see if I can, no, actually if I zoom this, it'll kind of cut one part of the screen. So you can see that the ratio out here is 2:1. So हम दो sine wave को add करते हैं. If they are in phase, you get a level change of 6 dB. So if I just add a phase offset of say minus 30 degrees, you can see now both the signals. आप दोनों सिग्नल को देख सकते हैं, A और B, और हमने उसको 30 degrees के phase shift से फर्क डाला है उस दोनों में की अंदर. And you can see that the जो उनका total level है, it is, the red level is no longer 6 dB, but it's about 5.7 dB. So उसका जो ratio है, it's about 1.9:1. It's not exactly 2:1. It's about 1.9:1. And as we keep increasing the phase difference between two cycles, let's say we make it 60 degrees, and you can see right now जो A और B wave है, हमारा जो wave है, we are adding some phase shift between them. And you're seeing the level of the summation level is keeping on coming lower. Is now 1.7. जो हमारा summation level है is 1.7 1:1 का रेशियो है और उसका लेवल अभी जो 6 dB था जब दोनों फेज में थे is now 4.8 dB. We can make it minus 90 degrees. We add a 90 degree phase shift and the level still keeps going down. So let's just add 120 degrees. So whenever there's a phase difference of 120 degrees, you can see now that the level of the sum signal, जो red signal है दोनों का sum signal, you know that the level is now same. So you can see that ratio is 1:1 and there is no increase in level. जो उसका level का increase है, it's still 0 dB. So we are not kind of changing the level when there is 120 degrees of phase shift. Let's just say let's go to 150. जैसे हमने 120 degrees के ऊपर phase shift add करना चालू किया, you can see that now the level is now half. It is minus 5.7 dB. It's half of what the original level is. You can see out this from the on the graph itself. And let's just see when it is completely out of phase, or 180 degrees out of phase. Now this is, you see when this two sine wave, जो दो sine wave is completely, जो हमने polarity inversion किया, this could also mean a phase inversion. So polarity inversion, all frequencies go through a 180 degree phase shift, and phase inversion, we're just adding a phase inversion of this particular frequency. And you can see आपका जो red line है एकदम zero level पे है. And we're going to simulate everything in Smart and see how everything works. And then we keep increasing more and more phase shift. And then again from 180 we go to 210. Again we see the level is now थोड़ा वापस zero के बदले में you're still getting some level which is lesser. And we again go from 210 to say 240. And you can see वापस 120 degrees पे जो हमारा phase जो sum signal 0 था, दोनों signal के same बराबर level में था, you're getting the resultant level to be the same. And then we again go to 270, and then it starts increasing, and then you go to 300, it increases further. Let's go to 330, increases further. And when we go to 360 degrees, we have दोनों cycle in phase है, दोनों signal in phase है, but उनमें one पूरे cycle का फर्क है दोनों में. तो time में दोनों एक साथ नहीं है, but दोनों एक साथ phase में है, and you're getting this sum signal which is 6 dB above. So just quickly going back to a presentation out here, what we're showing from on our phase cycle, you can see that as we have moved, आप देख सकते हैं जैसे कि हम 0 से 120 तक गए. अगर 120 तक गए, यहाँ ये पूरे एरिया में हमें समेशन मिल रहा है क्योंकि ये 6 dB से 0 dB तक आया. Let me just kind of use a different color and use maybe green, so it's a good area to be in. So you can see out here you're adding from when the phase difference is going from 0 to 120, you're still getting some in the जो हमारा resultant signal है, you're still getting something out of adding those two signals. And let me go back and change the color. Hold on, my mouse has disappeared. And if I change the color to red, from 120 to, sorry, too much. Yeah, I think Nitesh or Rajesh have done it. From 120 to 240, you're getting a lot of cancellation. आप देख सकते हैं अलग-अलग color में है ये. At 240 degrees, again, you're back to 0. And then again, once from 240 to 360, you're getting some good summation in your signals. Now, just quickly moving on, I want to show you what happens when we are crossing between low frequency to mid-range to high frequency. We are trying to figure out what area is important and where should we see the phase very critically. So I'm just going to go back to my the Excel sheet. Let me just quickly go back. So आप देख सकते हैं here out here, both A and B, the level is the same. दोनों का level जो है, it's pretty much the same. So let's see if you have a level difference of maybe 3 dB. Oh, sorry, it's going out of scale, so minus 3 dB. So आप देख सकते हैं if I'm introducing a level difference of of, let's say just 3 decibels from 2 signals like A and B, you're still getting a sound signal which is 4.6 dB, and दोनों का level दोनों same नहीं है, but we're still getting a good addition. And as we start increasing, let's say we go to 120 degrees, you're still getting some kind of addition out here, which is higher than one of the signals, but not as high as the second signal. Let's see what happens when you go to 180 degrees. So when you're going to 180 degrees, जो हमारा 180 degrees में, you were seeing that the level was previously 0, which was because both the signals, जो हमारे दोनों signals थे, they were exactly the same in magnitude. So we are getting the sum signal as 0. But now because there is a level difference of 3 dB, you're not getting the जो हमारा final result है, you're not getting it as 0. So maybe we could use this to our advantage. हम इसको हमारे advantage के लिए use कर सकते हैं. And how is that? Is because if we have complete phase reversal, अगर हमारे पास 180 degrees का phase reversal है, if we are seeing as there is a level difference, the sum signal which was completely going down to 0 is no longer 0. And let's just try and increase the level difference. Let's say you make it -6, and let's say you make it -8, and keep increasing, maybe -10. So अगर हमारे पास दोनों signal में 10 dB का फर्क है, if you're having a 10 decibel difference in the level, we're still seeing that the resultant जो हमारा addition, जो हमारा red wave है, is not completely 0, but you're at least getting 70% of your signal which was originally being used. जो हमारा original signal use कर रहे थे, you're still getting 70%, even though you have 180 degrees of complete phase reversal. And that's because we have a level difference of 10 dB. And probably we could use this to our advantage to understand where should we have phase being in, दोनों signals का phase should be together. We should try and understand whether phases of utmost value when we are crossing over between low to mid, mid to high. Is there any question until now, Nitesh or Rajesh? Any questions until now?
None, no questions as such.
Okay, so just going back to a presentation out here, we are seeing now that, I'm just going to quickly annotate this and make some box and make it red. So if I mark these areas, yeah.
Do you mind? I'll just like for this entire comb filtering, there's an entire video that I've done on YouTube.
Okay.
Also demonstrating the level differences and all. So whoever wants to see it, I'll just drop in a link in the Q&A section.
Sure.
So that they can watch it later also.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hold on and undo. So you're seeing out here that जो हमारा crossover region है, wherever the level difference between the two signals, let's say we are going between the low and the mid, and let me use a different color. So let's say this is my low. Oops, it's on my mouse, and let me go back to draw. Okay. जो हमारा local level है and between the mid, if the level difference is 10 dB, even if we are starting to go in this area between the low and the mid, if the phase difference is going towards more than 120 degrees, we know that we have a reduction in the final resultant signal when the phase difference is between 120 to 240 degrees. So even if in this this blue area outside the level difference where it is almost more than 120 degrees, but the level difference is more than 10 dB, the maximum dip in the resultant, जो हमारा जो blue area मैंने mark किया है, दोनों के level के बीच में जो फर्क है 10 dB के अधिक है, if the phase difference between both of them is more than 120 degrees, we know that we don't need to be so bothered because maximum cancellation will be only 0.3 dB. We are still getting 0.7 dB of the higher value signal. Mid range का जो level है, उससे जो level drop होगा will maximum be 0.3 dB. That too if the phase difference is 180 degrees. If it is 120 degrees, it will be much lesser than that. So between 120 and 180 degrees, it will be much lesser than that. So I hope we've understood that where the phase difference needs to be as much as close together between two components, between the low and the mid, जो हमारे low और mid के बीच में phase difference है, should be as much close together as possible, is probably something that you can call the combing zone. And जहाँ हमारा दोनों के बीच में level difference is 10 dB or more, we can call it the isolation zone. So somewhere out here, हम लोग को इतना phase के बारे में सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है when we are adding two signals, because they are pretty much isolated. दोनों के बीच में जो level difference है 10 dB के ऊपर है. So, and the same thing can be applied to the between the mid and high, जो हमारे line array हम लोग use करते हैं. Sorry, I'll just use a square. So many line arrays, they use a biamp system, जो HF के लिए हम अलग से amplifier use करते हैं, mid range के लिए अलग से amplifier use करते हैं. So many times we see that it's pretty much we are using a biamp signal, and we need to make sure the phase is in this red zone, which is actually of importance. And then the minute the level difference is going beyond, sorry, I'm on the mouse. And wherever the level difference is more than 10 decibels, we don't need to be bothered in the green zone so much about the phase between those two components. So is there any doubt that we have on so far? Because we're going to, be adding signals and all and on smart.
Yeah, there's one question. Well, if you can explain again, in what context are you saying this? And how much should it be ideally in terms of the crossover frequencies? And does it depend on the order of the crossover?
So number one, as we change the order, we are going to do हम crossover के order भी करने वाले हैं, and we are going to be seeing how different crossovers and different orders are introducing different phase shifts. So it is very critical that it's not only at the crossover frequency that they are in phase, but in a region where the levels are of significant value. So to the left and to the right, we are going to try and make sure that it's not only on the crossover frequency that they should be in phase. And we're going to demo this whole thing again to you guys, so you guys can understand that it's important that we add signals properly. And we're going to demo this whole thing actually. So don't worry about this. We're going to do an actual live example. Unfortunately, my office building is quarantined because the security is being tested positive. So I was hoping to do a lot of simulations actually with actual subwoofers, but I've just got a couple of speakers at home from my audio system. जो मेरे audio system से मैंने speaker निकाल के हम उस पे demo करेंगे. But I really wish to show you guys End-Fired and all those guys a lot of configurations. So of what importance it is, yes, it is important. Not only in the crossover frequency, but at the towards the left and towards the right, where they're still significant. मतलब हमने अगर एक crossover frequency डाल दिया, let's say the low pass filter on the subwoofer, let's say 100 hertz. अगर 100 hertz का हमने low pass filter डाल दिया, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि we don't have a signal coming in at 110 or 125 from the subwoofer. It's just rolling off, but the level keeps dropping. उसका level गिरते जाता है. And as it goes to the mid high, the both of them are adding and coming to your ears. तो दोनों जो low frequency और mid high के बीच में जो level है, जो level difference है वो बढ़ते जाता है क्योंकि ये low frequency का level कम होते जाता है. But we are going to be looking at a level of maybe where the level difference is within about 8 to 10 dB. So it still has a significant effect. And what crossover and slope we choose is going to determine how to. So any good system, जो हमारे actual systems है, जो बहुत ही अच्छे brands है, they do a lot of research on the type of. That's why they come with presets, right? That's why a company like Adamson or DNB or L-Acoustics, they have their default presets because they know the जो हमारे component का actual response है. And we're going to come into that next week again. We're going to do actual जो हमारे speakers components है, जो woofer, mid range और HF के है, उसके अलग-अलग phase response देखेंगे. So every woofer has its own roll off. Every woofer would have its own phase response. और जब भी हम उसको एक cabinet में mount करेंगे, the minute you mount in the cabinet, that would exhibit a different roll off. Like a sealed enclosure would probably have a much shallow or much less steep roll off than a ported an enclosure with a port. अगर हम एक इंक्लोजर में जो सील्ड है, जिसके पास कोई पोर्ट नहीं है, जैसे बहुत ही होम थिएटर सिस्टम्स है, उसका रोल ऑफ बहुत ही शैलो होगा. उसमें अगर हम पोर्ट इंक्लूड करेंगे थोड़ा गेन और जो स्पीकर के पीछे के साइड का रेडिएशन को इनहेंस करने के लिए, you get more gain, but you get a much faster, steeper roll off. So that's why we need measurement to try and understand what is the kind of response we're getting from your loudspeaker system and what kind of crossover we choose between both of them to make sure in the summation zone they are pretty much in phase. Does that answer that question?
Yes, I guess.
And we'll do it now again. We'll just, add some signals and just out of the blue, we can choose different crossover slopes and different frequencies and see what the resultant is. So
just one other question is, why have you taken a figure of 10 dB like, and not less? Is anything specific about 10 dB?
No, you could probably, just to give you an idea, you could, keep it 12 dB, but in a real world situation, that you will see that, that phase changes because हमारे जो low pass filter का phase characteristic of the subwoofer and the high pass filter का characteristic on the mid high is not the same. You would get them to be as close as each other, at the crossover point to be in phase. And as you keep moving away, you'll see that both the phase, the idea is to be as if you can keep them in phase for a much wider range, then yeah, that's great. I mean, you've achieved something amazing, but it requires a lot of critical components which are with a very good response. That's why it's not you can't just go and pick up any. It's like saying using a DSP and take up any Chinese driver, take up some speaker from China and then just put a DSP to it and then say okay fine, let's just make it look flat. But at the end of it, inherently जो हमारे एक solution बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि एक चाइना से कोई भी एक सस्ता स्पीकर उठाओ, उस पर DSP लगाओ और उसको बहुत ही अच्छा क्रॉसओवर लगाओ और उसका फेज मैग्नीट्यूड फ्लैट रखो. बट they all have their own separate phase responses, and if you're able to get, अगर आप बहुत ही अच्छा phase response deliver कर सकते हो over a wider range, then it's great. That's why a lot of people use different techniques. It's and we'll get to that sometimes just matching the phase at the crossover region is not the only solution. Sometimes you'll see that before and above the crossover region, they start splitting drastically, and then probably you need phase inversion and different kind of thing, or maybe change the crossover slope to make that phase in that region a lot better. But I wouldn't be too critical to say if the level difference is maybe 15 dB या अगर हमारा level difference 15 dB या 20 dB है, I wouldn't waste my time too much because the influence of that would be very minimal. So it's not something fixed that you need to keep 10 dB as a level isolation. It could be 8 dB. It's not something that you'll always get. Sometimes beyond 8 dB you'll get a lot of big phase difference between the two signals. So if you're having left and right 8 dB, I think it will be pretty good, and you see the overall response and the overall phase response of the signal. And again, you can correct a lot of it with FIR filters, which is why FIR filters is important. जो आप देखेंगे कभी-कभी आपको बहुत maybe 5 dB के level isolation या 6 dB 8 dB के level isolation के ऊपर आपको phase difference बहुत ही ज़्यादा मिलते जाएगा. So it's not necessary that you're going to be stuck to a 10 dB window. You got to kind of take a real world decision. आपको एक दुनिया में actual decision. Not everything is a perfect world. हमारी दुनिया perfect नहीं है. 2.5 महीना पहले हम बहुत ही अच्छा काम कर रहे थे, and since 2.5 months we are at home, so it's not a perfect world. You got to take the best decision that it's working that scenario for you. Is that okay?
Well, do you mind just adding something to that?
Yeah.
So 10 dB, are we talking about the 10 dB difference in between two drivers during the crossover thing?
When you're adding two signals, just you're making sure that you're trying to keep maximum phase coherence, or keeping the two signals in phase where the level difference is at least within a 8 to 10 dB window. If it is greatly separated in levels and if the phase is going separating quite a bit, we're not so concerned, because even if it is 180 degrees out of phase, the maximum dip you would expect for one component to influence on the other would be, 0.3 dB or something like that, not more than that.
Yes. So basically,